This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so it is official on August the 6th, Madison Square Garden. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Now, apparently they have now agreed to VADA, which is kind of weird considering the amount of fights that both of these guys have had. Should there really be a need for VADA? Not really, but they've agreed to do VADA. And of course, Tommy Fury is apparently getting a purse of around $2 million. Now, you really have to look at it firstly and say to yourself, is this fight actually going to go ahead? Tommy, of course, has been he's pulled out before, and apparently, by the looks of social media, the negotiations haven't exactly been smooth. John Fury says he wants nothing to do with the fight and all that kind of thing. But also, we have to look at it as well. Obviously, his father, trainer in John Fury, he can't travel to America. He can't, obviously, because he's been previously convicted for violence. But if news reports are correct, Tyson also can't travel to America. Apparently he got stopped some time ago. I know that people were saying that he's on the same day, like a last Friday. I don't think it was. I think the reports were wrong on that particular day, but apparently he was actually stopped from entering America. Now, if that is true, again, if it's true, then obviously that would mean that Tyson can't go either. Now, does that mean that it's specifically Tyson or the Fury family? How far does it go? Is Tommy also on this list? Yes, Tommy. I don't think that he was managed by MTK and that, such as Tyson was, or advised by Daniel Kinahan, of course, which is the main crux for the investigations and that. But again, who knows? Who knows? So we don't even know if Tommy can even get into America. I suppose we'll find out next week when they have some kind of press conference, don't they? If he can't get to the press conference, then that will suggest to me that this fight isn't going to go ahead. All right, but is Tommy Fury, is he bringing $2 million worth of revenue to this fight, if that makes sense? Because he's getting paid $2 million. Is he bringing that kind of value to this fight? We know Jake Paul is. Jake Paul has a huge following. He's a social media influencer and huge YouTube star and all that kind of stuff. And of course, he's made a lot of waves in boxing. So he's done fantastic. So absolutely, whatever it is that he's getting paid, he certainly generated it. But is Tommy Fury? For those of us who watch Tommy, and of course we've been watching him from debut, we'll look at him and look at his progress and think he might be lucky if he gets an English title. Very unlikely he'll get a British, unless of course he's guided super, super carefully. Then maybe he just might. But again, to be fair, I think a lot of people were saying the same thing about Tyson. I remember quite vividly a lot of people were saying how Tyson ain't going to make it at this kind of stage of Tyson's career. So you never know. You never know. But Tommy, yes, Tommy's got a huge social media following. He does. He's got his blue tick and all that kind of stuff. But again, that kind of following is in two parts. Number one, because he's the younger brother of Tyson. Is he half brother, step brother, whatever? And of course, the other part is because he had that stint on Love Island. Again, he got that gig because he's the brother of Tyson, but of course Love Island is very, very popular among the housewives of Great Britain. So yes, he's got a huge social media following, but these people, they don't tune into their droves to watch Tommy Fury fight. There's a reason why he's been on undercards. There's a reason for that. Does Jake Paul realise any of that? Probably not. But at the same time, that's a fight that Jake Paul wants. He wants to get a professional boxer on his record, and Tommy is a professional boxer. Not a very good one, but still, he's got one. Now, who's going to be the favourite in this fight? I mean, you really have to look at it and think it's probably a 50-50 fight, but I think a lot of people, don't be surprised if Jake Paul wins this one. Don't be surprised. And if Tommy loses, that's not a good look. It really isn't a good look. But at the same time, there's plenty of fighters out there who would beat Tommy Fury, even on his kind of level and that at the minute. There's plenty of fighters out there who's only had, 10, maybe 12 fights, who would mop the floor with Tommy Fury. At light heavyweight, if he can make light heavyweight, but probably at cruiserweight now, Adam Gear would just outbox him. Rob Ismay would just knock him smooth out. And there's quite a few other ones. I mean, imagine putting Tommy Fury in with Richard Riakporhe. Imagine. Okay, we all know the result of that one. But that said, if Jake Paul is serious about boxing, which he certainly appears to be so, why not? At least now, if he fights and defeats Tommy Fury, if of course his fight goes ahead, then big props to him. Big props. But I do see this as a 50-50 fight. I do. But Tommy, of course, yes, he's been around a fighting family all his life, but what does that mean? What does it really mean? You can be around people, it don't mean that you can do it yourself. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Drop me yours, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.